Okay, we are at the base of Cinque Torre, and we're staying at the Refugio Cinque Torre, which is just down over that way. Tomorrow we're going to go up here to this point. What's that place called, Rika?
Nuvolo, Refugio Nuvolo.
And here are the 5 towers. Friggin' awesome. And clear up on this point, right here, dink, is where we started yesterday. And that is
Refugio Lagazui.
Refugio Lagazui is clear up there on top. Little James Bond evil villain looking kind of place. And then we went down the hill on the back side, and we came down and we went in between the mountains behind there, right behind there. Came down through here, and then we ended up there, and we took a path all the way across this beautiful place, spectacular, all the way over to here, and then down, and right in, I'm not sure, somewhere in here was Refugio Debona.
See past the scree, past this big scree where there's lots of paths.
I came down there.
Down, you can just see the top of the roof.
And then clear off in the distance, there's a little bit of a village down here, and the town of Cortina is up there. And we hiked this up today, a really light hike. We only came up about 1,000 feet over 3-4 miles. Well, probably 2,000 feet, 1,000 meters. And what we are doing today and tomorrow is we are doing our best to rest up, because the jet lag is biting us in the butt a little bit. Being a 50-year-old male on the top bunk blows. All good, but there's been a couple nights where we haven't had the best sleep. So we are doing everything we can to rest tonight. We'll be up there at the other James Bond lair tomorrow. What's that again? Nuvolo. And with those, we will be doing our best to rest up, because then we've got a 10-mile, an 8-mile, another 8-mile, and then we're not even sure how far we're going to have to walk out to do our final walkout. So this is our internal, staying kind of quiet.
I think Chris.
Well, that's big rocks falling. That's spooky, because there's climbers all over up there. Okay. Hopefully everybody's okay. Anyway, we have seen more climbers than I have ever seen anywhere in my life. It is spectacular. Families, kids, families with little bitty kids picnicking. It is so idyllic. Haven't seen one ranger, which is awesome. Haven't seen any bureaucracy, which is awesome.
That's
Everything's
true.
clean and wonderful. So we've been very happy. I brought an extra pair of shoes. I'm loving that because my feet are a little on the sore side. But we've been able to get everything we want. We didn't bring a map originally. We added a map. We got it from a friend up at Lagazui, or whatever that was.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we lost a book. Our neighbors in the bunks had the exact same book, and I think they probably took 2. So fortunately, we have a map. Otherwise, it would have been hurting, particularly when we were back up over in here trying to figure out where the hell we were going above tree line. But anyway, 6th day?
This is day number 5.
Day number 5. And man, it is beautiful. I didn't know anything like this existed. The appeal for me, and then I'm going to ask you, the appeal for me is it's a quiet time to recharge my batteries. There's a lot of quiet time where Rika and I aren't even necessarily walking with each other. We're walking together, but not side by side. And it gives me time to recharge my batteries. I think it helps me be a better facilitator with the work that I do. I think it also helps me have a little clarity of thought for the work that I do, just for writing. And just trying to figure out where and what I want to do. Rika, how about you?
Well, how can you top this view? I hike because I don't know how else I would get this kind of view and majesty of the mountains. It is such a feeling of exhilaration to get up here and to be part of nature. I love being part of nature. I've always loved walking. I think walking is just a great way to, so for exercise, it's movement, it's being part of nature, the outdoors, the trees, the mountains. It's a glorious day, the blue sky. It feels so natural, really, to be out here. And it's a lot of time to think. As Chris was saying, we don't walk together. He's the billy goat up these mountains. I am not. He gets way ahead of me, which is fine. We walk at our own pace, which is, I think, is a good thing. And so it gives us lots of time to think and be quiet and contemplative and reflective and just at peace. So that's why I do it.
There's a fair amount of history up here as well, and that just blows me away to think that this side where we are now, I didn't take pictures of this, but I will. These are the trenches that were actually used in World War II or World War I. This was the front line for the Italians, and that was the front line where we found encampments and ruins all over for the Austrians. It's, you know, you think about the human condition and what we were willing and capable to do ourselves, it's ridiculous. The high point for the Austrians had been Lagazui, and the Italians actually tunneled all the way up through that mountain to try and blow it up. It just unbelievable. So to see the history and to see how everything's here again, it's nice to be contemplative. So, any final thoughts, Miss Rika?
To be truly grateful for what we have. We are very fortunate to be here. We've made it happen, but so to be in our 50s or early 50s and to walk up here ourselves, and you can't. I don't think you can beat that. It's something special. So very, very grateful for that. For bodies that work, and that Chris has body parts that help him get up here with his bionic knee and his bionic hip.
So I am doing a little recovery, so that's why I'm wearing these sexy black socks, but there's my abundance tattoo, which I don't even know if I can see. Yeah, the abundance tattoo.
Maybe sexy socks.
With my very sexy socks, yes, the orthopedic recovery socks. But that's just to remind me of what an abundant time we live in and just how amazingly fortunate we really are.
Learn more about living your best life and get regular content updates by subscribing to the Solopreneur channel on YouTube or email info@solopreneurlife.com. Living Your Best Life is sponsored in part by The Aspiring Solopreneur by Chris Kluver, OmahaCounseling.com, and EntrepreneurialAdvisors.com.